Longhorns going to stay away for Game 3 of the series. Number 2, Oklahoma. Number 4, Texas here from McCombs Field. The Sooners have taken the first 2 games of the series. Can Tegan Cavan grab Game 3? The junior from West Des Moines, Iowa. The most outstanding player in last year's World Series took a tough loss in Game 1 on Friday night.
It was a tough loss, but she was outstanding in the circle. She had 13 strikeouts against this really strong offense for Oklahoma. 145 pitches. Worked around a couple walks. She's going to need to continue to mix speeds against this strong Oklahoma
Sooners
offense.
hit a couple of home runs off of her on Friday night. Ella Parker and Isabella Emmerling. There is the updated home run numbers for their starting 9, including Kendall Wells, who hit one last night, her 31st, for a new NCAA freshman single-season record.
It's insane. I mean, not just 31, but you look at what's around her. I mean, those are team-leading home run numbers, and that's their 2 through 6, you guys. Kendall Wells, I mean, just getting to talk to her post-game, the struggles she had gone through Game 1, Game 2, a lot of strikeouts, a lot of swing and miss and chase, and then tattooed one out into left field. No one remembers the strikeouts after that.
No, not after that. Well, we'll mention 4 strikeouts, 3 of them from Tegan Cavan. I think you asked her about facing Tegan the other day, right?
She said it's the best pitcher she's ever faced. And granted, young season, she's still a freshman, but it's kind of, okay, welcome to the SEC, welcome to Division I. And she was saying she had not seen a rise ball like hers.
First time in Tegan's career that she suffered back-to-back losses in back-to-back starts. She lost last weekend to Alabama as well, so she'll try and right the ship and get Texas back on track and really keep them in the race. A loss today would drop them 4 games back with 9 to play in the SEC title chase, with Oklahoma in first place by a couple games clear of Alabama, top of the table. Here's Kai Minor. She's been terrific. Her first taste of the Red River rivalry. She's 4 for 8.
Yeah, how about that, coming into a series like this and raising your batting average?
Reached base in the first inning on Friday, reached base in the first inning on Saturday. Falling behind Cavan here, 1 and 2. And gets her to chase the rise. Strikeout number 1.
It'll be interesting to see what adjustments Oklahoma tries to make against this. The rise ball that Cavan threw so well in Game 1. This rise ball up the eyes, and Minor just swings right through it. You don't see her do that a lot. 10th strikeout of the year for the freshman. And Cavan just showing how good she is at making that ball get up.
Back into the number 2 spot in the lineup today is Ella Parker. Seeing Patty Gasso play with the lineup still a little bit here as we move towards the middle of April.
As much as Kendall Wells hit her 31st home run, the hottest hitter has been Ella Parker. And getting all that protection, have her in that 2-hole, walk 3 times.
And a liner glove by Vivi Martinez, 2 down.
Wow. And this is all about positioning. Look at Vivi Martinez right here. She's going to be able to go get this hot shot right back up the middle. It just clears Cavan and snags that exit velocity on that.
Perfect positioning.
Wow.
I mean, just great read. That thing was smoked.
Now that's the challenge for pitchers like Tegan Cavan, because a major storyline around college softball this season, all the home runs, exit velos are up.
Last one, 75 miles an hour. Good exit velos, 65 to 70.
Slugging percentages are up, and there's a well-struck ball out to left and a 2-out base hit for Kendall Wells.
First time we've seen Kendall Wells on the base paths, not with a walk. Gets the off-speed pitch. Perfect job just staying in her legs. Coming around. The hard hit in the 70s mile per hour.
There's Gabby Garcia. one of the 4 different Sooners to hit a home run in the series. Had a solo shot in the 2nd inning yesterday. So Patty Gasso has moved her up in the order. Now batting 4th today. Cassidy Pickering slides down a spot into the 5-hole. Garcia 2 for 8 so far in the series. Checks her swing, does she? They'll check, yes she does. So a base hit and now a walk. 2 aboard for Pickering.
It's a big difference. Gabby Garcia chased that rise ball Friday night. Had a few strikeouts and swing and misses on that pitch. A great take there for ball 4.
Cassidy's due 0 for 7 with 5 strikeouts against Texas. For the first-team All-American a year ago. .426 on the season. Coming into the series, she had 3 home runs and 9 runs batted in her last 5 games. So from hot to cool. Swing and a miss. And Cavan gets her 2nd strikeout to end the threat. Texas picking up the bats when we come back. Watching Arizona take game 3 against LSU. And we'd like to welcome those of you watching Arizona beat LSU to our showdown here, the Red River rivalry in Austin with Oklahoma and Texas. Sooners retired in the top half of the inning by Tegan Cavan, so Texas picking up the bats for the first time. Oklahoma looking for the series sweep after winning on Friday and Saturday here in tight matchups. And Texas trying to avoid a 5th straight loss. A tough stretch against A&M, Alabama, and now Oklahoma for the Longhorns. And it's Caden Henry, Katie Stewart, and Vivi Martinez to face Sydney Berzon, the former LSU Tiger, now in her first season in Norman. Henry's the junior from Dickinson, Texas. 3 for 6 with a couple of runs scored through the first 2 games here. I'm Beth Mullins along with our Olympic gold medalists Jessica Mendoza and Michelle Smith. Sooners start the day 2 games ahead of Alabama in the standings. And Texas really needs a win today to stay in the title chase. A loss would drop them 5 games back in the loss column with only 9 left to play in the SEC regular season for Mike White's club.
To your point, too, Beth, I mean, this is a club, Texas, that last week was #1 in the country. So they've played really well all year. They've just hit a skid here in April.
Yeah, it's their first back-to-back losses since joining the SEC after they won game 1 last week against Alabama. They lost games 2 and 3. And it's a full count to Caden Henry. Henry has been aboard in her first at-bat in each of the first couple of games and make it 3 in a row for her against Sydney Berzon.
Sydney Berzon has a lot of experience in the circle. One of the keys for her is going to be limiting those base-on balls. Leads off the game to Kaden Henry, but she's got a great mix of velocity from 55 all the way up to 66 miles an hour. Really good drop and rise ball, but it's going to be that changeups that she needs to use effectively.
Katie Stewart, first pitch swinging right back up the middle. And a couple aboard here for Texas.
This is the part of the lineup we talked about it all weekend long. Katie Stewart moved up to this 2-hole, was in the 5 spot because they wanted to get their best hitter a chance to swing the bat, be protected with the hitters behind her. Does a beautiful job. Pitch middle in. We saw her do this last night as well. Now it's going to be about the production that is behind her, and Vivi Martinez and Reese Atwood.
Mike White playing with his lineup a little bit here, with Martinez into the 3-hole and Atwood batting 4th today. There you see Atwood and Stewart, 95 runs batted in. Do not have one yet in this series.
Those are the names that you circle with Stewart, Atwood. 55% of the home runs that Texas hits out of the park come off their bats. And Katie Stewart aggressive in her at bat, taking a pitch right back up the middle. That's what they need to be against Berzon.
To short Garcia, the short way to get the lead runner out at 3rd, as Atwood comes up now with 1 down and a chance for a Texas lead.
The catcher, number 14, Reese Atwood.
And the biggest thing with Reese Atwood is she's been pounding the ball into the ground. She's had some hard hits, but has not been able to get them elevated.
1 for 7 so far in the series against Audrey Lowry and Miley Huachenio. So their first look at Berzon this weekend. And can the school's all-time home run leader crack one against their arch rivals?
On that note that we just saw, home run leader Texas softball history in her career. She has no home runs against Oklahoma. No one has hit more. She has yet to do it against their biggest rivalry.
Atwood fouls one off.
Well, Oklahoma's done a good job of pitching her in this series. A lot of off-speed. She struck out on the off-speed a couple times. And you get in the head, there's a good look at what she's done against Oklahoma. Just a $156, 385 against others. And the home runs that you mentioned, Jess, the big goose egg.
Chop foul.
And that's what we've seen her do right there. Great example on that last pitch. You know, pitch middle away. She's getting around it. Seen her come around. She ended the game with a double play last night. Huge opportunity to win the game in the bottom of the 7th. It's not easy. I mean, there's a reason why. Hitting, it's going to challenge you.
Got 2 on here. Chance to strike in the first for Texas. Count goes to 2-2.
Well, that's really been the key of this series for Texas. It's the lost opportunities, the left on base. And offensively, they just haven't been able to get it going against Oklahoma bullpen and pitching staff that's done really well.
Out in front. Got her with the off speed, 2 down.
And this is an elevated off speed. Look at where this is in the zone. It is up. She should be able to pick this pitch up. This is like an off speed rise ball, just taking something off the pitch. So Sydney Berzon, we talk about her ability to throw a changeup, but that's an off speed rise ball at the top of the zone, picks up the strikeout.
That'll bring up Leanne Good. This has been one of the reasons they've lost 5 of their last 6. The RISP numbers have declined considerably. And right out of the gate here, a chance for the heart of the order to do something about that. Just a $179 with a runner in scoring position during this tough stretch. Good does have a couple of hits. Drove in a run last night. One, two from Berzon. Ooh, nutmegged her coach.
He jumped.
Betwixt the wickets.
Yep. Still got it.
He still got some game. Former outstanding pitcher for Team USA.
Still throws a lot of batting practice to his team.
Now in his 8th season, of course, the culmination of that, the national championship a year ago. They beat Texas Tech in the championship series. I thought it was fitting that both of those teams had to beat Oklahoma on the way to the title after the Sooners had won 4 national championships in a row. Count goes full.
Runners will be moving on the pitch.
See, and that's the difference I'm noticing. Both with Good right now and Atwood. Both the pitches that they're fouling off over to Mike White, soft, are hittable cookies. I mean, those are middle. Just getting it off the end of the bat, flying that front side. Leanne Good is doing well. You see her all the way in the back of the box is when she lets that ball travel, and she's hitting more middle of the field.
Watches ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Ashton Maloney. Second walk from Berzon. Maloney 1 for 5 with a triple so far in the series for the senior. Now in her 5th year. First at bat for her this season with the bases loaded. We do have 3 grand slams on the air, hitting 377 with 3 on, and pitching coach Jen Rocha out to talk with Berzon.
Maloney is still moving through the box, not really standing in to hit at all in a situation where a lot of times you would with the bases loaded, but with 2 outs.
She's just looking for a hit.
Yeah, exactly.
Maloney has that. She's got the short game in her back pocket. We saw Texas get on the board just using the short game last night.
So important here, too, for the base runners to remember not to leave the bag early, because all eyes will be on them. So after the chat, 2-0 the count to Maloney. Couple of walks and a single in the inning. And Maloney takes 2-1. Slow roller back to Berzon, flips to home, and Wells is there to make the play, and Texas leaves them loaded in the opening frame. Series, this is how we got here. Opening night on Friday, a couple of home runs for OU and a shutout win. And a similar story last night, a couple more home runs. All 7 scored have been via the long ball. As Oklahoma takes the series today, they go for the sweep. Beth Mowens, Jessica Mendoza, and Michelle Smith Texas got to get some work done today.
Yeah, this is one of the best offenses in the country. We talk a lot about Oklahoma, but Texas can swing it too. But they have failed under pressure, especially getting opportunities, runners in scoring position. They want to win a game. They got to get it done.
Yeah, and we know this Oklahoma team can hit, but they have pitched really, really well on this series, and their defense, Jess and Beth, has been off the charts. They have had 2 double plays in each game, really shutting down Texas when it looked like they made a threat.
Yeah, not allowing the crowd to really get into it. Smitty, you're right. Every time they get opportunities, it's been the defense.
Scoreless as we head to the second. Texas left the bases loaded. They were 0 for 3 with a runner in scoring position and a missed opportunity to jump in front. So the Sooners now pick up the bats and go back to work. 6, 7, and 8 coming up. Here's Isabella Emmerling, one of 4 different players to homer in the series. Infield pop-up to Martinez. 1 down. They're facing Tegan Cavan. A tough luck loss in the opener on Friday night when she struck out 13. The second best ever against Oklahoma in the last 10 years.
Yeah, those 13 strikeouts. Top of the zone, the rise ball was outstanding, but she also mixed speeds efficiently. She had about 17% of her pitches were that off-speed. She normally throws about 10% off-speed, but the rise ball, off-speed combination for those 13 strikeouts, 145 pitches in that game was just really outstanding. It was 2 mistakes, 2 balls that left the yard that ended up hurting her.
There were numbers Friday. If you're wondering, UCLA stud Rachel Garcia had a 15 strikeout performance against Oklahoma in the last decade. Off the short hop, Martinez, solid at short, 2 down. This is what Cavan is up against. They have already set a new single-season home run record in the SEC. They are en route to blowing up their own national NCAA single-season record. And those are their home run numbers this year. 6 of them in double digits. Everybody in their lineup has a home run.
7 of those over 400 batting average. By the way, 8 is like 395. So,
well, and not to mention a 420 team batting average. I mean, ridiculous. The numbers are just off the charts. Sometimes you sacrifice average when you have power. Not this team.
No.
No sacrifices anywhere through the lineup.
Under the direction of JT Gasso, Patty's son and longtime assistant coach. They just keep restocking year in and year out. Parker pulls 1 foul. Oh, the Bulls are back. Oh, and the Dogs are back too. Nice chaps.
just going on a stroll out in that field. You gotta be careful. You get the right hitter up. Put one out. Hope they brought a glove.
Cavan looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Got it. Her 3rd strikeout.
Tegan Cavan showing why she's an elite pitcher. That rise at the top of the zone, it'll get in your eyes. It's almost impossible to lay off a 3rd strikeout of the game for Tegan Cavan.
And will April showers once again bring May flowers when the mayhem hits, guys? They have started out this April similar to last year and were able to rally and did not derail their title hopes. So can they do it again? As Barker is able to retire Alyssa Sneed, 1 down. They have started out with a series loss at Oklahoma and now a series loss here at home, or at Alabama, and now the series loss here to Oklahoma, trying to salvage it with a win today. These two have had tough SEC schedules that will continue. Oklahoma, the defending SEC champs in the regular season, co-champs with A&M after last year's tournament final got rained out. Which allows us to talk about the crazy stat that we've had 6 different SEC tournament champs in the last 5 years.
That's a free-for-all.
Yeah.
Single elimination tournament.
We'll have every pitch for you from Lexington, Kentucky in May this year. Second week of May. One-two to Nichols, the freshman third baseman. They have 6 position players back from last year's championship team. Of course, the most noticeable difference, All-American Mia Scott leaving for the pros from third base, so Nichols able to step right in her rookie year. Chopped over Berzon's head, and she beats out the throw from Agbayani. One out base runner with the infield hit. Second of the day for Texas. There is what they returned. Led, of course, by Reese Atwood and Katie Stewart. They were the preseason favorites to win the SEC, and the preseason favorites along with Texas Tech nationally in the polls.
They also graduated out Mac Morgan, who really gave them a lot of really good Game 2 starts behind Tegan Cavan.
Trusted starts. It was an
Yeah,
arm
yes.
that they knew was going to be consistent. You knew what you were going to get.
Jolie Mitchell, another big bat for them in the lineup.
Well, and sometimes it's that leadership too when you go through these little bit of droughts as they are here in April to help pull yourself out, build that confidence up, get yourself in a position to right the ship.
0-2 to Katie Bennett. Berzon missed that one away.
They do get Viviana Martinez back, who's been a big piece.
Yes.
She was out last year. Knee injury. Shortstop. Batting third for them.
Back up the middle and through. So for the second inning to start out the day, Texas with a couple of base runners, and they'll pass the bat to the top of the lineup.
He's just using the ground. We see it 2 times in a row. J.C. Nichols with a classic slap, and Katie Bennett just had a few hits over the weekend and just ground ball up the middle.
Well, and Jess, both those hits on 1-2 counts, a little bit too close to the zone. I think Berzon needs to do something a little bit different, especially with that speed.
Bottom of the order's been getting on
Yeah.
base this series. Henry, straight away center. Back it goes to the wall and gone. Kaden Henry, her 6th home run of the season, is a 3-run shot.
How about they use the ground on the first 2 hits to get some runners on, and then Kaden Henry lifting. I mean, she gets underneath this off-speed pitch, moving kind of away from her bat, but watch her legs get down below this. Such quick hands, barely clearing out in center field. Known for her speed, short game, base hits, but here, her 6th home run in the season. It's a big one.
And Texas capitalizing on pitches that are over the white part of plate. Couple of misses here by Berzon. Too sweet, pitches too elevated, and Texas finally being aggressive and getting into pitches that they can drive or move.
I feel like the mistakes have been there. They just haven't been hitting them.
And they've not been aggressive.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor. Oh no, little Dorito dynamite there. There's Katie Stewart. 20 home runs on the season for Katie. She is on pace to set single-season Texas records for batting average, home runs, slug.
Her last 2 hits over 70 miles an hour.
And Berzon, that's the 7th home run of the year that she's given up. Typically will keep the ball in the park using that drop ball, but
Kaden got under it. That thing wasn't elevated by any means. Texas, they hit a lot of ground balls. That's the thing. They'll get a lot of their hits based on hard hits, but their line drives ground balls. And against Berzon, you gotta think more middle to underneath the ball to lift it out of here.
and on time. It's been interesting to see Texas so around the ball, so a lot of pulled foul balls by the righties and not letting the ball travel.
You guys have talked about that a lot. Like, what are you reading defensively? What are you sensing from the pitcher at bat after at bat that you should be adjusting to in the box?
Well, for me, I'm always looking where the defense is at, because then I have a good idea where they're going to be pitching me. They pull, they're out.
Out in front of the off speed, and Stewart goes down swinging.
And this is a better located pitch for Sydney Berzon. You can see where it's located on the inner half, and it continues to run inside. It doesn't stay back over the plate. A little bit low, but Stewart's going to chase that down.
Second strikeout for Sydney, and here's Vivi Martinez in the 3 spot in the lineup. How about you, Jess? What do you study when you get into the box?
I like to react. I mean, if I start looking at the defense, for me personally, then I get caught up in it. I want to be able to feel and understand what the pitcher is throwing me.
Martinez gets a hold of one. The drive back to the warning track in left, but Texas grabs the lead with the long ball.
I leave it up to your outfielders. The center fielder, Caden Henry, get underneath this one. Back knee down, driving it out. 6th home run of the season, puts Texas up 3-0.
Since 1995, and all of those are in jeopardy. Batting average, OB, total bases as well.
It's unbelievable, especially the batting average with the slug. I mean, those two combined, they're going to absolutely shatter the home run record that they set themselves 5 years ago. But it's the batting average for me that holds tight. They're getting their hits, great at bats. The difference, though, against Cavan, you guys, has been the chase.
Yeah,
that's something JT Gasso was just getting into it with them before they got in the dugout.
Abby Dayton, it's 9, and then the top of the order, as Cavan looks for her 4th strikeout the first time through the order. Dayton in her 2nd year at OU after a couple of good seasons at Utah, where she won a Pac-12 batting championship and was a 3rd-team All-American. She is one of 4 players in D1 that has only struck out once all season.
I mean, she is a prototypical leadoff hitter hitting in the 9-hole for Oklahoma. So when she gets on base, which she does a lot, she helps turn the lineup over.
4 times in the first 2 games she's been OB.
Think about it, an on-base percentage of .555 in the 9-hole.
Yeah, we've seen it
mind-blowing.
Just this series. I mean, how many times she's led up innings with a walk to roll to the top of the order. 3 times she's done that.
Full count. Dayton drills one. Back it goes, and Abby Dayton in the 9 spot in the lineup with the solo shot on a 3-2 pitch. And the Sooners strike right back.
Abby Dayton, we talked about her batting average, her on-base percentage, but that's her 6th home run of the year. She has a lot of power. She goes to a 3-1 count, pitch on the outer half, then gets another rise ball, 3-2. This is elevated. This is not a bad pitch, but she's just able to get under it. She elevates it out of the park.
She's got a flat swing, and when you're trying to meet a pitch up and in like that, I mean, it's a beautiful job. You could tell Kavan did not want to walk her. It was something she could hit.
That's now 10 different Sooners with at least 6 home runs. Heck of a grab, by the way, that guy out in the bleachers. 149 homers now. The record of 161. They hit a home run 1 out of 10 plate appearances. So essentially, they're going to hit one out every time through the order.
It's incredible.
And it's back to the top here, Kai Minor, the 1-1 pitch. Reaches for it, nice backhand. Martinez got it. 1 down.
This is a great play. It looks like a simple play, and the ball's hit hard, but when Vivi Martinez's pull over that 5-6 hole, how quickly she gets rid of it. If she got to bat her out, then it's almost impossible. I mean, look how smooth she is. Going to the backhand, watch how quick she gets it out of her hand. Perfect throw to first base. Only way to get Minor out.
Here's Ella Parker. Martinez made a nice play on her, right back up the middle, well positioned to grab the liner. Stays away from the rise. She hit a 2-run home run off of Kavan on Friday night. Teagan did strike her out once.
Well, here's the key. You can see the way that they're playing her. They got Vivi Martinez, who's going to be way up the middle, but look at how far off J.C. Nichols, the third baseman, is. I mean, and if I'm Parker, realizing that there's opportunity if she does take this ball the opposite way. But again, knowing that they're going to be more than likely throwing her exactly inside, and so good at taking her walks.
Second walk of the game for the Sooners, and that will bring the tying run to the plate.
It's the 4th walk and 5 at-bats to Ella Parker. They want no part of her. But then you get up Kendall Wells. See there, just broke Division I freshman record with a 31st home run. Base hit her last time out. Doesn't get any easier, but Parker is the one that they've definitely circled to say, don't let her beat you.
So the freshman from Bogart, Georgia comes up. She's on pace to hit over 40 home runs this year. She's already set the SEC single season mark and the school record for freshmen. She's 3 away from catching Jocelyn Allo for the overall school record in a single season. Two of her home runs have been game-tying shots. 7 of them, including last night's, have been go-ahead homers.
She's so simple with how strong she is, that stance that she has. Not a whole lot of movement. She doesn't need it. She's got those catcher's legs, very strong quads. She starts low in her stance and stays there.
Well, let's revisit that home run from last night when they were trailing late.
This was massive, not just only for the game, but for Wells, who had been struggling, and you see just the power that she's capable of. I've seen quite a few home runs from Oklahoma. Did not see one hit this far into the night last night. That was the game winner.
And had been struggling against the changeup and off-speed pitches, and that was an off-speed pitch that she let travel and destroyed it.
And just what she's done, 43 games, 31 home runs. I mean, that You see the perspective comparing to Jocelyn Allo, comparing to a 30-plus year record, you guys. 37 home runs has not been touched. With all of the bats, all of the technology, we haven't seen that record get broken yet.
And in the number of games. Remember, 29 of their games, I believe it is, have been run rule games.
Rules,
So think about it. She would have had an extra at-bat, let's say, at least in those games. So she could have done it even quicker.
13 players in history have had 30 home run seasons. ESPYs has stood the test of time. She had something ridiculous, like she has the single season RBI record as well, like 136 or something in 1995.
Yes. That's not when we were talking about bats, you guys. That's when we were talking like Lisa Fernandez and Michelle Smith and like all these dominant pitchers. It was a pitcher's game back then.
Yeah. Then Mike Candrea and the Cats changed the game. And Wells follows Parker with a walk. And here comes the number 4 hitter, Gabby Garcia, who walked her first time up.
Well, Garcia had that big home run as well in this series. I mean, there's just nowhere to hide in this lineup. 17 home runs on the year for Garcia.
2 on with 1 out, down a pair, so the go-ahead run comes to the plate.
That is the take right there. And this is what JT Gasso had them all coming in, not chasing that pitch. That's the difference. 40% chase, you guys, Friday night. They normally are at 22%.
In this inning, as you mentioned, 20 pitches, 13 of them for balls. So they're doing a good job of staying off pitches out of the zone.
Garcia doesn't go after that one either.
Seeing it, she's not even triggering on it. She had strikeouts against Kavan on that pitch, forcing her to come back down in the zone.
Two and two.
Or maybe just bring it a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Get her to swing at it.
Well, Kavan has the movement. She has to trust that, though, and she almost has to put the ball a little more on the white to induce the swing. She's not getting the corner.
Full count. Oklahoma much more disciplined here in the top of the third. Got her at 70 miles an hour. 2 down. Strikeout number 4.
Well, this is just a really well-located pitch on the arm side. So Kavan, look at the way she's going to paint this corner. This is a little screwball, which she has not used a lot. I think she needs to use that pitch more to a left-handed heavy lineup like Oklahoma, where she's going to work more east to west, get that ball running away from the barrel instead of running into the barrel in the upper part of the zone.
Patty Gasso taking a moment with Cassidy Pickering. It's been 0 for 8. 5 strikeouts in this series. Just really that's more nothing mechanical, just instilling confidence.
Yep. Struck out on a rise ball back in the first. Tegan Kavan trying to work out of the jam after the Dayton solo home runs started off the inning for Oklahoma. Walks to Parker and Wells. Pickering chases 0-1. The Texas pitchers have kept them in games this series. They've struck out 10 Sooners with runners on base.
Just missed that.
Now 1 and 2.
And that's where Kavan, she's riding that line. You see pitch 1 way out of the zone, gets chased, tries to go back there, it's taken, so she comes right back again. Well, I'm wondering if that screwball comes in. Anything down in the zone?
Pickering lofts that one out towards Henry in center, and she's got it. But a run up for OU.
It's been unexpected. First Caden Henry for Texas, now Abby Dayton in the 9-hole, getting OU on the board. Another home run for the Sooners.
That's there quite a bit, and she's on the mic with us right now.
Yeah, you're pretty familiar with OKC, Patty. And, you know, JT handles the hitters, but you pulled Cassidy Pickering there before her last at bat. What's your message been to this offense?
Specifically to pick, it's really just one pitch at a time, like really focus on getting your swing off and zoning things where you want it. She's just a little bit frustrated right now, so just keep trying to feed her goodness.
And Coach, a lot of people talk about your offense, but your defense in this series has been outstanding. Double plays, 2 of them, and actually the first 2 wins. What is something that you guys work on to make sure you're on point?
We just work really hard. They love ground balls. They love challenges, the outfield as well. So defense is probably their favorite part. As good a hitters as they are, defense might be the favorite part of their practice, to be honest.
Rumor has it you also want to feed some goodness to your grandbabies?
I got to feed some goodness.
Talk
and
to us.
because I can't, okay. Don't judge. JoJo, Grace, Ava, Gabby, and we love Parker, and we love Glory. And that's all 6 of them.
How many home runs do they have in their careers?
They're going to have many more than OU has. So,
Love it.
thank you, guys.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Coach.
Coach. That's awesome. Wonder what position they all
What a career it has been. She's 3rd all-time in wins behind Mike Candrea and Coach Hutch up at Michigan and the 8 national championships. Of course, Mike set the standard, set the bar awfully high at Arizona, and Gasso still active in her 32nd season, chasing number 9 this year. 9 is the number of consecutive World Series trips that OU has made.
Filling her players up with goodness. I love how she said that. So important to understand, as much as we talk all the mechanics and everything else, but just filling them up, making them feel good.
Reese Atwood, a liner out to left. And the long single to open things up in the bottom of the 3rd. Let's see if Texas can respond to the OU run in the top half.
How about this exhale? I mean, and this is what we've seen, is that top hand has been dominant for Reese Atwood. All series long, works well on this rise ball, getting down the line. I'll tell you what, Abby Dayton being able to cut this thing off. This is a double off the bat. Keeps Reese to first base.
Did not get on base in game 2, so she's back out there on the base paths here in game 3 with Leanne Good protecting her in the lineup today. Leanne walked her first time up. 3 spot on the board for the Horns, courtesy of a Caden Henry 3-run home run in the last inning. Leanne enjoying a career year for the senior from San Antonio. Has a couple of hits in the series. Got a golden ticket to play in the pros this summer.
And that was somewhat of a surprise for a lot of people, because you expected Reese Atwood for sure. Was the early part of the golden tickets getting handed out. Leanne Good, her general just joy, reaction, getting her ticket at the Pro League. She's earned it.
Golden tickets means you're going to get drafted into the AUSL. We've got the championships. Got a good schedule all summer long, and then the championship series on ABC this summer.
First time professional softball on ABC.
Big deal. Called strike 3 there. Number 3 for Berzon.
Berzon going inside. This pitch, it's a drop ball, and it stays elevated. I think Good was looking outside. Berzon picks up her 3rd strikeout.
One down with Ashton Maloney coming up, and Gasso out to talk to her infield here. That'll give us a second to remind you that the WNBA draft is coming up tomorrow night on ESPN and your ESPN app. Number 1 pick will go to Dallas, followed by the Lynx, the Storm, the Mystics, and the Sky. Our coverage begins with WNBA Countdown at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific, as we welcome Portland back to the W and welcome Toronto into the league this summer. Looks like Gasso is not just talking to the infield, but she's got a pitching change to take care of. Kirsten Deal, the senior, set to take over when we come back. Four-year player for the Sooners. That includes a pair of national championships for Kirsten Deal, making her 12th appearance of the season. Here's her scouting report.
She's got that good lefty spin. She varies her velocity between 55 and 64 miles an hour with that good lefty spin. She's got the curve and rise combo going, but one of the things for Deal is that she must work from ahead. She's so much more efficient when she's hammering the zone and throwing her pitches.
By the way, this is an understanding of Patty Gasso. They won the series. They're behind in this game, but she needs her staff. This is definitely a pitching staff that depends on each other. Kirsten Deal, who has struggled, giving her an opportunity here.
May not be the first change of the day because their bullpen has been a lot better in March than it was in February.
Well, I think she, as you mentioned, she wants all of her kids to throw in this environment. Lowry had a complete game in game 1. Wachenio was excellent in game 2, but then Lowry came in to finish it in the 7th inning.
What'd she tell us this week, guys? We are excited for the challenge and the competition in this kind of environment. You need this to get ready for the tournament and to gain experience for everybody. They have the toughest remaining road in league play. They're a couple of games ahead of Alabama right now in first place. After today, some teams have 6 games left. Others have 9 remaining before the SEC tournament to decide the regular season championship. Ashton Maloney's also 0 for 4 in her career against Deal.
Deal is tough against lefties because she throws that curveball, runs away from the bat.
Full count. Atwood started off the inning with a base hit, then the strikeout of Good. Slices that down the line and just foul. Maloney, this one will stay in fair territory and into the glove of Abby Dayton. 2 down. That'll bring up Alyssa Sneed in the 7th spot in the order. Grounded out her first time up. Here's the 1-0 from Deal. Inside corner.
Kendall Wells behind the plate, working for her pitcher. Did a good job framing that off. It was a little off the plate. Talk about her with the bat, but freshman catcher has done a really good job, the multitude of pitchers.
Switched the tape up on the chest protector today, going with the horizontal blue for the
Each pitcher.
pitcher focus.
And they talk about Kendall being kind of the jokester of the team, keeping things light. You can kind of just see it, the way she just moves her body, carries herself, talks to her teammates, a ton of confidence. Always encouraging.
It's a good NIL deal right there, by the way, for Oklahoma catchers. They should sell those T-shirts. The blue horizontal blue or the vertical red. Something you could change every day, maybe.
Well, she just moves well behind the dish. Catches with a lot of energy. And mad at herself like
Yeah.
that. Wanted that foul tip.
Yeah. Well, it's a certain personality, right, that comes to an Oklahoma or a Texas, because you know week in and week out you're in big games. You want the spotlight. You want these big opportunities, big moments. None of these guys woke up this morning to be mediocre. Out in front. through the door towards the batting cages out there in the left field facility.
Heck of a battle right now from Alyssa
Yes.
Sneed. Here near the bottom of the order.
Two from Deal. And Sneed works the count full.
It's a good take on that off-speed pitch, not chasing it, identifying it.
How about that longest plate appearance
How about
of her
that?
career?
What's she going to do with it? Gonna drive one the opposite way down the right field line and drifts foul.
Old Parker had a long way to go. She's been playing way off the line for all the righties. They haven't hit any down that line. That's the first time she's had to go to her left.
Most of all the righties have been pulling everything, been going to left field.
10th pitch of the at-bat. Sneed and Deal.
Of course, it gets the knob.
Hit the, oh no, they're gonna say it hit her arm. Sneed was acting like it hit the bat.
I think it might have got her hand and the knob. The way it sounded, it sounded like it got the knob. Patty's gonna probably check on this.
Looked like it got some flesh.
Ouch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm surprised
Ouch.
she didn't go straight to first.
Yeah. In the longest at-bat of her career.
Yeah, that's her hand.
She gets on base, hit by a pitch, so 2 on with 2 out
Yeah, that's hand.
for J.C. Nichols, and actually they're going to go to a pinch hitter here. Victoria Hunter will come on to hit in the 8 spot. Junior out of Houston, Texas, 4 for 20 on the season with a home run and a couple of RBI.
Well, I think this is more about getting a righty against the lefty, J.C. Nichols. You saw kind of what she did to Ashton Maloney. It's just a tough look left on left, especially because she's so curveball dominant. That's a tough pitch.
Ron Hunter has a lot of home run power. She's had some big bops in her career as a pinch hitter for Texas. Opportunity to get that power up. Try to put another 3-run shot up on the board.
3-run home run from Caden Henry in the second for Texas. So the single from Atwood, then Sneed gets hit by a pitch. 5 career homers as a pinch hitter. Lays off the rise, 1-0.
Nice pitch. Changeup at 53 miles an hour slowed that down even further.
One and two as Deal jumps ahead. Looking for her first hit since late February against St. Bonaventure. Called strike 3. Couple left on base for Texas as Deal works out of the jam.
Kirsten Deal getting out of the jam. Nice pitch on the outer half after a couple of changeups. Big strikeout with runners in scoring position.
Championships, 4 for Oklahoma, the last one for Texas. Here are their numbers this season. Both are top 8 RPI. The strength of schedule, Texas is high. Oklahoma's is going to go up with their remaining schedule, as tough as it is. The RPI coming into the weekend, guys, had 9 SEC teams in the top 16, which would potentially be hosts for the first weekend of the NCAA tournament. 6, 7, and 8 coming up here for the Sooners. They trail Tegan, Cavan, and Texas by a couple into the top of the 4th. Tegan has 4 strikeouts and a home run ball off the bat of Abby Dayton.
I mean, just to see the late break of her rise ball is such a perfect idea of when you see someone swing at a pitch out of the zone, because it's in the zone and then it leaves.
Smashed foul. Had Citlali Gutierrez ducking for cover out there in the bullpen. Good form, Sid. Good form.
So it goes like this. That's what I look like.
We saw her throw yesterday, and now she's getting loose here today. 0-2 from Cavan, looking for strikeout number 5. Right back to her. 1 down.
That was a good pitch by Cavan, because that was also the pitch, the off speed that Emmerling hit out against Cavan in game 1. So good job to come back with that. Put that changeup low in the zone.
Alana Agbayani grounded to short in the second.
One of that short game. You don't see a lot of that from Oklahoma.
No.
Clearly, we showed you the home run numbers. There's a reason why they want him to swing the bat.
Kevin Condor said she went around 0-1, now 0-2. Terry Holt is behind the plate. Mike Burwell at first base today. Race one upstairs.
It's a good 0-2 pitch. Tegan Cavan typically will throw her changeup about 10% of the time. Against Oklahoma, she raises that to almost 16 to 17% of the time. Knowing that she needs to try to take that power away. Starting to see it show up here a little bit later in the game, second time through the order.
Smitty, her rise ball is so good. And you can see against the average team why, really go with anything else. Show the drop, yeah, show the change, but just stick with what you got. But a team like Oklahoma, they'll get it, and they have.
Yeah, and the changeup also helps you as a rise ball pitcher because if it's in the head of the hitter, it delays them just enough, then they see the rise and they swing through it. So it actually helps induce that swing and miss. So you're going to pitch there. I think that's a great location for it. Agbayani is a very good 4 average type of a hitter, so throw that down and then try to come back upstairs with that rise ball.
Two. Got her to chase. 2 down, strikeout number 5.
Or you can come back with the changeup, back-to-back changeups. This one on the outer half, and she gets Agbayani to fish through it. So look at the location of this pitch. This is a ball, but she gets Agbayani to chase it. So almost the same location as the pitch prior. Agbayani chases that pitch. 5th strikeout for Tegan Cavan.
Oklahoma's chase has doubled against Tegan Cavan alone. I know it's a smaller sample size, but it just shows you a team that does not normally chase, has a really good eye. Swings through the zone, then it gets in your head. Sydney Barker just took a pitch right down the middle there because then you're like, I'm taking all the way because I don't want to chase this rise ball.
Barker drills that one out to center and hits the ground before Henry could get there, and a 2-out base hit.
I mean, we have seen such great outfield. And I know she doesn't catch this ball, but watch her knock this thing down. So her trust in herself, as she's reading this, she's going to lay out to see if she has a chance. But when she realizes she doesn't, that's a hard hop, you guys, when you're horizontal. And as she's horizontal, she fields this. Otherwise, that's a double or triple.
Henry keeps it a single, but then Barker will be able to take second base anyways. Runner in scoring position with the tying run at the plate for OU. And the home run hitter, Abby Dayton, is up. Pretty cool for Abby, by the way. In the last year, she now has hit home runs off of Tegan Cavan, Carlin Pickens, and Nigeri Kennedy.
Okay.
Oh, knocked down by Cavan. And Dayton's going to be safe at first. It's a couple of hard comebackers right at her, and now runners on the corners, and it's back to the top of the order.
Now, this is so difficult to protect yourself as a pitcher, but Tegan Cavan ends well with that glove. You can see that glove is right in front of her body, and that's why she's able to knock it down. Some pitchers who land with that glove down by their leg, they're exposed, they get a hit. And Cavan doing a good job of trying to find that ball. Close play at first, but doesn't get the speedy Abby Dayton.
Remember Friday night, too, she took one directly off of her calf and her shin area on a comebacker.
You know, initially I thought it hit her glove, but it might have gotten her arm too, which I know that's not her throwing arm, but that thing was hit hard. I think that's part of their kind of almost pretend talking scouting report right here. We're just allowing her to take a breath.
It'll be 3rd time through the top of the order now for Kai Minor. This angle looks like it might be all glove.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. She almost catches it.
A little scary nonetheless. So a chance here for Oklahoma in the top of the 4th. Down a pair. Minor aggressive with the first hack. She does have 6 home runs, 30 RBI on the year. Doesn't walk much for a leadoff hitter, so she's up there to swing. And now 0-2.
Doesn't strike out much either. She had a 10th strikeout of the season.
And I like the fact that Cavan is starting to use that screwball a little bit more to lefties. In fact, I think that's probably the pitch she should have thrown to Dayton. I mean, she's exposing Minor with it. She needs to continue to move that off the plate to her arm side.
0-2 pitch. Reaches for it. Foul down the left field line. Kai is over 500 this year with 2 outs.
I mean, she's over 500 pretty much on every day, which is what, like 498?
Yeah.
496.
22 multi-hit games, leads all D1 freshmen. Impressive.
This freshman class for Oklahoma. It's stout.
Another 0-2 pitch. In play, under the glove of Nichols, and a run scores.
Look, this ball is hit hard, but it's a play you got to make. You had to help your pitcher out. She's reaching for this. And it's actually not hit that hard. I mean, you could see Kai Minor's body positioning. She just half swings at this. And I know it's to J.C. Nichols' left, but that's a play for a freshman.
Yeah, she needs to be
Gotta
able to
come up
make
with that.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now the tying run at second, the go-ahead at first with Ella Parker coming up. Waiting to see if that is ruled a hit or an error. And Ella has a chance now to do some damage. Lined out in the first, walked in the third.
I'm going to call that an error. I have to state, too, that wild pitch in the inning also allowed Barker to be able to score, put her over at third.
And Oklahoma capitalize on the miscues even more here.
This is the part of the lineup you do not want to face any runners on. Not just Ella Parker right now, who most likely is going to get walked, but Kendall Wells looming in the on-deck circle.
Ball 4. And here comes Wells with the bases loaded for Oklahoma, the national home run leader.
They wanted Wells. I mean, this is, I mean, I get it's pick your poison, but she wanted no part of Ella Parker.
Yeah.
She's going to come after Kendall Wells. The 63% of her hits are home runs. Smashed the record for freshman SEC home run record. She's
Guess what the only thing she's missing on her home run resume?
Grand Slam.
Salami. Chance here. Single and a walk on the day. Had a 3-run home run last night. 2 outs. Force at any bag. First pitch swinging, pops it up. Good strategy from Texas. Kavan taking care of business. It's a 1-run Longhorn lead. And welcome back to Austin McCombs Field with OU and Texas. And Mike White now joining us.
Well, Mike, your pitchers have done a great job of limiting one of the best offenses in the country, but in particular, Ella Parker and Kendall Wells, we just saw that. What has been the approach for those 2 particular hitters?
Be very careful. So, you know, they got a lot of power and they can do a lot of damage, and but you've got to challenge someone on that lineup and just try to outguess them, you know, a little bit, and hopefully they swing into pitch that you want them to swing at.
And, Coach, what makes Caden Henry so good in that leadoff spot? Obviously, the big home run today.
Well, obviously, you know, triple threat, got some speed there. Doesn't do so much slapping, but can drop that bunt on you as well. So she got some pop in her bat. You know, she's able to hit the wall.
Thank you very much, Mike.
Thank you, Coach.
Hey, thank you. Hook 'em.
1-run Texas lead, and it's Henry's 3-run shot in the second that's the difference.
And I love what he talked about, too, just her ability to do so much. And that pop coming in a very important time, the difference in this game right now. And we've seen both home runs at both sides coming from kind of the uncommon home run hitter. Texas offense first 2 games, not a lot of production, even though there are a lot of hits.
They suffered their first shutout loss on Friday. Yesterday, their first game this year without an extra base hit. And now today, jumping out to the 3-0 lead, Oklahoma has gotten 2 back, but the Sooners just left the bases loaded. And so it's Texas back to work with Henry on deck behind Katie Bennett. The top of the order swinging back around. Bennett singled and scored on the Henry home run. Facing Kirsten Deal, who came on in relief in the last inning. Bunt is popped up foul.
Unable to get that down. I like the idea because the corners, especially Emmerling, the first baseman, so far back.
With a lefty pitcher.
0-2 pitch. Pop foul again. Tried to get her to chase there, 1-2. Might be an all hands on deck kind of day for the Sooners. A chance to use several different arms just in case there. Alyssa Parker, 0-0, and yesterday's winner, Miley Wachenio, getting some paperwork done there on the right. Smack to short, Garcia is there, 1 down. So here comes Henry. Walked in the first, and then the 3-run blast to straightaway center in the second.
Sometimes after you hit a home run, you look for that short game. Just to kind of showcase all your talents. Be surprised if she thinks about drag bunting.
Home run came off of the starter, Sydney Berzon, today. She does have 7 bunt hits on the year, if she chooses to go that route.
Oh, she's just so fast, 21 of 22 in stolen bases. And
dropping it down. And the throw, an errant one, out into right. And Henry into scoring position.
And this is the aggressiveness that I think that Texas is needed to do, especially with the way the Oklahoma defense on the right side has been playing with Emmerling back, Abayane more up the middle. So this has got to be fielded by either Wells or Deal. Deal with the lefty. It's going to be difficult for her to make the play. The throw is offline. There's no opportunity for Emmerling even to cut this down because Wells throws off balance, and that's going to put Henry in scoring position.
That creates that error.
Yeah.
I mean, Wells had to rush that, and normally she would have taken an extra step to make sure she had a good throw.
Wonder if Patty's asking if she was in the running lane.
Well, Emmerling wanted nothing to do with that throw. Normally you'll see a first baseman at least try to go get that.
Of course, the new addition this year in softball is the double base at first. And the runner required to run towards the outside bag, the orange bag. And the first baseman has rights on the white bag on a throw like that.
It definitely looked like she hit the
The
orange
ruling on the
bag.
field is that the runner is safe at second base. Oklahoma wants to challenge that the runner interfered at first base. That play will be under review.
The biggest thing is, the question is, when you're running through the batter's box on a bunt, you end up out of the running lane. Does she get back to it? So look at where she starts. She's out of the running lane, but does she get back over to the right?
Oh, boy.
Well, the throw crosses over.
She hits the orange bag.
That last step is inside the line. This goes back to Central Review in Birmingham to take a look.
So she's supposed to get into that lane you see to the right, which she does when she hits the bag.
After review, the call stands on the field. The runner is safe at second base. Oklahoma will have one challenge remaining.
So the infield hit, and then advancing on the first error of the series for Oklahoma. She gets to second. And big moment now for Katie Stewart. A single and a strikeout today.
I wonder if there's another pitching change.
Stewart a chance at her first RBI of the series coming up. And it looks like she will see a new arm out there in Berkeley Zakay, the freshman from Niles, Michigan, who has thrown 8 2/3 innings on the season.
Just a sophomore, very little experience. Very clear that Patty Gasso, freshman, wants to be able to get these young pitchers in to this game, this atmosphere, these moments. Look at the numbers, Smitty. I mean, 8 2/3 innings. Beth just mentioned it. I mean, not a lot of experience, and she's throwing her in big time right now.
Which, if there's not a lot of experience, that means there's not a lot of tape on her. She's got those 5 walks. That's going to be the big key in those 8+ innings of work.
And the challenge of stepping right in against Katie Stewart, one of the best sluggers in the country. Chasing a whole bunch of Texas single-season records, including a couple there held by her buddy Reese Atwood. Texas trying to respond to the Oklahoma run in the top half of the inning. Deep breath from Stewart here. Last 4 at-bats with a runner in scoring position. Stewart has come up empty. Patiently waiting for another shot at it right here. With Caden Henry down at second base. 1 out. And a 1-run game.
I'm sure the objective is to try to get her to chase. I mean, similar to Ella Parker on the reverse side. This is the hitter you circle. This is the one that cannot beat you. There's a bag open. Doesn't mean she automatically gets it, but you do not want to give her something to hit. She'll hit it out of here.
Oh, and it hit her. So Stewart will not have a chance to swing the bat. She'll take first.
Well, with first base open, this isn't the worst thing that could happen. I mean, the question would have been, do you walk Stewart, do you pitch around her?
I think that was going to be their plan all along.
Exactly.
Don't give her a
So
strike.
you pitch around her in 1 pitch. So
can Vivi Martinez protect? 0 for 2 today. With Reese Atwood on deck. Zakay misses high. 2-0.
And then we got Reese Atwood on deck. I know she has been quiet this series, but this is the part of the order. Got to attack Vivi Martinez right now.
Martinez, ground ball to Emmerling at first. That'll move the runners over with 2 outs. And first base open with Atwood coming up.
Zakay has a lot of curveball, screwball. Likes to get underneath the hands of right-handed hitters.
You throw to Reese here?
No. I mean, I'd do the
Throw
same
to good?
thing.
Yeah.
Throw to good after her.
I mean, it's a no-brainer if you're going to pick one or the other.
Wow, like 52 miles an hour, a strike outside.
And she throws that changeup often. About 30% of the time she'll use that pitch. Expect it again.
0-2 to Reese.
Amazing, though, how that first pitch will set up the rest of this at-bat. That's
Yeah.
a ball up and out, and so
She
now
just-
Reese knows, okay, I've got to expand, especially anything up.
Two pitch.
Got some funky spin on it.
Yeah.
Started away, kind of came back in.
Berkeley's sister Riley is also on the team. Their mom Leslie was a college softball player. Big moment here for her. Gets Atwood to swing and miss, and a strikeout for Berkeley Zakay with 2 in scoring position.
It's all about that first call. She gets the changeup, called for a strike. So Reese Atwood, 2 strikes later, she's got to protect. Spinny, off speed, swing and miss.
Stretty, the big upset yesterday over Texas Tech, which has opened the door potentially for this Oklahoma team to be the new #1 in the nation when the poll comes out on Tuesday.
I don't see how they wouldn't be, especially going up against this tough
Yeah.
Texas team, regardless if they win this game or not.
Around the SEC, both Florida and Arkansas winners today. A couple of other contenders. Florida 3 games behind Oklahoma in the loss column. They have played 1 extra SEC series. Grabbed by Stewart at first.
Nice changeup by Kavan. And I love the way that Katie Stewart read this off the bat and was able to go ahead and go get it. So nice changeup diving away. Look at the, I'm surprised that Garcia even was able to hit that.
He touched the ground.
Yeah, back knee on the ground. But look at the way, the movement, first step getting to that ball by Katie Stewart. That's a big out.
So to take care of Gabby Garcia, here's Cassidy Pickering.
Remember, Patty told us in the interview we had back in the 4th inning, just 1 pitch at a time for Cassidy, recognizing she's struggling. Said she's trying to fill her up with goodness right now, just get that belief going again. This game is so hard. We're seeing Reese Atwood on the reverse feel the same way. A lot of swing and miss, missed opportunities, and you beat yourself up mentally.
Exactly. Well, you want to get out of your own head, so try to get them thinking about something different.
Looking for a little positivity to take into Bedlam midweek. They play Oklahoma State on ESPN2 on Wednesday. And then back-to-back home series, Arkansas and Georgia, before finishing up the regular season at Aggieland, as they try and repeat as SEC regular season champs. Texas will head to Georgia next weekend. 1-2, Pickering. Backhanded by Good on the grass, over to first, got her. 2 down.
And that is an outstanding job by Leanne Good. First off, getting to this ball because it looks like it's going to be a base hit. up the middle. So look at how far she is toward the 3-4 hole. She's going to go up the middle to get this. A really good throw, but look at Katie Stewart over at first base. She has a really good ability to stretch at first. We've seen her shorten that distance quite a bit. Outstanding play at first for Katie Stewart to make that.
Sooners not the only ones playing D. I mean, Texas has been impressive as well. And they've had quite a few errors in the season. We saw one in this game. But they can flash the leather as good as anybody.
There's Isabella Emmerling. Hey, Wednesday is also Jackie Robinson Day in MLB, and a special ESPN telecast for you with the Mets and the Dodgers. Looks like Shohei is scheduled to get the start. Coverage will begin at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, with baseball tonight coming your way from Dodger Stadium.
MLB's best on-base streak, who will also be pitching. Shohei Ohtani.
1-2 to Emmerling. Misses away and down. Strikeout number 6 in a 1-2-3 inning.
Tegan Kavam with a 1-2-3 inning. Her second of the game, going upstairs with the rise ball to catch Emmerling. This rise ball has been dominating. 6th strikeout of the game for Kavam.
Already today, our game summary as we head to the bottom of the 5th. So Leanne Good. Leanne Good drives one towards the flag out in left center in a solo home run to open up the bottom half of the inning for Texas.
First 2 games, the long ball was silent from these bats. In fact, they were using short game, anything else they could do. It's been a different story here in game 3. We showed you Caden Henry's home run to get him on the board back in the second here. Leon Good leads this off. That little triple tap pitch up and away. She knew it right away.
It's a screwball in the inner half, and it comes in at 66 miles an hour and just goes out at well over 75 miles an hour.
Eighth of the season. And for Texas, all 4 of their runs on the board thanks to a couple of home run balls. Gives them a little bit more breathing room. And for a strike to Ashton Maloney, 0-2 from Berkeley Zakay, the 3rd different pitcher today. Ashton 0 for 2 on the afternoon.
2 really good takes.
Yeah.
Change it's funky. It's kind of spins. Kind of different look, but both of those barely a ball.
Well, her delivery looks a little different because she really steps to that left side, and the arm comes from behind her back.
Nice snag by Zakay to take care of Maloney. 1 down. Let's revisit the home run. This thing went a long way, guys.
Yeah,
Leanne good. I mean, the year that she's having, career year, that's why she got drafted, the golden ticket, AUSL. But you look at the power, the simplicity. I love that triple tap that she does with that front foot. Kind of get her timing in line. She's gone a long way.
Showering her with some praise as she heads for home. This is Alyssa Sneed. Texas trying to take game 3 after the Sooners won on Friday and again last night. Trying to stay in the race. Right back to Zakay again for round number 2.
Number 24, J.C. Nichols.
That'll bring up J.C. Nichols. Yeah, looks like we're going to have another pitching change. And this will be Alyssa Parker, another one of the freshmen, a two-way player. Be her 7th appearance in SEC play.
Oklahoma's a big staff. I mean, they've got a lot of arms in that pen.
It's pretty clear that Patty wanted to get them all in this weekend. Make sure they have this experience. And I think a big difference is winning the first 2 games allowed Patty to kind of be able to play this game more for the experience of her players, even more than getting the win. And yesterday, she had only one come out of the pen. That was Audrey Lowry.
Yeah,
Able to hold on to that
11
1
pitches?
Yeah, 1-run lead.
Got the big game-ending double play in a 1-run Sooner win.
Now in the circle, 00, Alyssa Parker.
A pitcher and a shortstop in high school, similar to Kaylani Ricketts before she arrived in Norman.
Yeah, she'll play a little bit of infield. She hits for herself at times. She's got a good drop ball.
Sooners are in front of Alabama by a couple of games. Tide have already won a pair against Auburn. Their game 3 is today. Florida and Arkansas both winners today already. Into the second half now, the SEC regular season. Number 2, it's the top 4 that get the double bye in Lexington for the SEC tournament this year. Here's J.C. Nichols. Singled and scored in the second. Hunter pinch hit for her in the third. Oh, 2 pitch.
Parker has a little bit of that setup similar to Jordy Fromm. She kind of gets in her legs like that, looking like she's almost in a running start. Compact. Strong player, just a freshman. She got 10 home runs as a hitter already.
All building towards the postseason. You know, to win the SEC tournament, you got to win 3 or maybe 4 days in a row. Nice snag by Barker from her knees over to first. Not in time as Nichols legs it out.
having to try to earn your hits. I mean, come on, J.C. Nichols. This is a hit against any other third baseman. Barker, beautiful job. Look at her movement to the left, and then she goes to her backhand from her knee. Nichols just too speedy to get down the first base line.
That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Katie Bennett. Base runner here with 2 outs. Already a run in here in the bottom of the 5th with the Leanne Good home run. The other thing, too, Patty Gasso, very familiar with the path towards a national championship. You can go 3-0 in a regional. You can go 2-0 in a super. You can go 5-0 at the World Series. But a setback can add 2, 3, 4 games to that title run.
Yeah. And then
where you may
more
need
arms.
more arms, you know?
Finishing each other's sentences.
Look at that. It's 20 years will do that. Or is this 21?
20. Happy anniversary.
Yes. Oh, nice change up there from Alyssa Parker. Ahead in the count again. Another off speed.
And how late she swung at this thing. I mean, she's taken this thing all the way. Watch her like double clutch to be able to just get a piece.
Like, oh, that might be a strike. Get rid of it.
It's hard to do. Just hit Wells' glove. That's how close.
Blown away, 2-2.
Good job not chasing that.
Fly ball down the line and foul.
Outfielder's playing way in,
Yeah.
too, on Katie Bennett.
Looking to go oppo on that one.
It's just that slice coming from the left side. It looked like it was going to be fair, and at the very end, it just continued to tail.
Texas looking to pad the lead. And struck her out.
Well, Texas gets one more on the board. Leanne Good, who's had a ton of emotion throughout the entire season, a big, massive home run. Get another run for the Longhorns. She yells, going around the bases, give me some. 2 runs ahead.
Espinoza out there in front. As Alana Agbayani leads off the inning with a base knock for the Sooners.
Agbayani is such a spark plug for this Sooner team, even though she's hitting down in the 7-hole. Reminiscent of a leadoff type hitter.
Yeah, they've got so many throughout this lineup. She does it with the defense. Patty Gasso has talked about how underrated she's been.
Yeah.
It's hard to get rated in this lineup, though.
Yeah, and just like that, tying run to the plate. Here's Sydney Barker as that one scoots through the legs of Reese Atwood. Agbayani quickly into scoring position.
I'm wondering if that was a mix-up because that's a ball Reese Atwood catches. It went right between her legs. Should be a pass ball.
Yeah. Everybody's getting settled in now, good to go.
Barker's had herself a good series.
Yeah. Singleton scored back in the 4th.
A couple of hits yesterday.
Started the game-ending double play last night.
Look at that, raise that batting average up over 300.
Only batting average go up in the series for Oklahoma.
Just what they need, another 300 hitter. So strong throughout. On pace to set a new NCAA batting average single season record. Parker thought that was ball 4.
Well, to your point, Beth, 7 of the 9 are hitting over 400 in this lineup.
(3-1) from Kavan. Barker smashes one over Patty Gasso's head. Tegan Kavan has worked the count full. Waits on the change, drives that out towards Sneed and left. Agbayani will tag and head to third.
That wind actually took that ball even further, which is what allowed Agbayani to tag. Alyssa Sneed had to run back on it. She was already running in on it. You don't see very often a runner tag from second when a ball's hit to left field, right in front of him. So a good read there by Agbayani.
So here comes the home run hitter from back in the third inning, Abby Dayton. Followed that up in the fourth with a single. Dayton drills that one out to center. That'll chase Henry back, and that's deep enough. And the sac fly makes it a 1-run game.
How about Abby Dayton in the 9-hole? I mean, the home run she had in the third, the single to bring in a run in the fourth, she has been the production for this offense when you're normally talking about all those home run hitters in the middle of this lineup.
Bottom of the order has been responsible for all 3 runs for Oklahoma, and now it's back to the top. Minor struck out in the first, grounded out in the third, reached on an error in the fourth. Not many times she's been hitless this season. Multi-hit games on Friday and Saturday here at McCombs Field.
What's crazy is the pass ball allowed Agbayani to get to second base. A fly ball to left field would never have gotten her to third, would never have gotten her home. She would still be on first base with 2 outs. Instead, that run comes in. Just that one mistake.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday, too.
ESPN is the home of MLB.TV. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For more info, go to ESPN.com/MLBTV. Got a 4-3 game here in the top of the 6th. Tegan Kavan off of back-to-back starts resulting in losses for the first time in her career, trying to bounce back here and get a win over Oklahoma. Only 7 times all season that Kai Minor has not reached base with a hit or a walk.
That's the pitch that disappeared suddenly for Tegan Kavan, and that's her off-speed. It's been an important pitch for her in this series against Oklahoma.
Boy, you'd love to get out of this inning without letting Parker and Wells come up if you're Texas. And Minor drills that one to Henry, driving her back to make the catch. A run up for Oklahoma. It's a 1-run game. Got a one-run ball game, getting late. Texas coming up in the bottom of the 6th. Oklahoma trying to sweep the series for the 9th time in the last 11 meetings. And for Texas, trying to avoid a 5th straight loss. It's only happened one other time under Mike White. Here is a look at the remainder of the Texas schedule. They lost that Alabama series. They've lost the Oklahoma series. So Georgia, Kentucky, and Arkansas remain after this weekend.
Well, you have to remember they lost that series to Alabama after winning game 1 9-1. They were up 4-0 before the wheels kind of fell apart for Texas. So really just trying to right the ship here in April. We've talked about their struggles last year in the month of April. Still came back and won the national championship.
Top of the order for Texas, and Caden Henry facing Alyssa Parker, the 4th different pitcher today for OU. Henry, a single, a 3-run home run, and a walk. Grounds to Agbayani, 1 down.
Agbayani just so smooth at second, well positioned. That's one thing you really notice about this Oklahoma defense is they are always so well positioned in the right spot.
Texas love to get a little insurance because heart of the order will come up for Oklahoma in the 7th. Ella Parker, Kendall Wells, and Gabby Garcia would be due up to face Cavan. And here is Katie Stewart. Has reached a couple of times, a walk, and got hit by, or a single rather, and got hit by a pitch. Stewart drives one back, way back and gone.
That's what's been missing in this series for Texas. The big boppers showing up.
Finally, Katie Stewart. And we saw it with the bat even in this game. The single she had back in the 1st inning, the at-bats that she's had. But this is what Katie Stewart has shown. Being able to lift, get underneath. How about that? Just go ahead and chuck the back bat nose right away. This thing cleared and then some. That is a bomb. This flips the umpire.
Wow.
A prodigious blast out onto the 21st Street.
For her 21st
home run. Thank you very much. And it's a 5-3 Texas lead. 5th in her last 7 games. And there is a little bit of insurance for Texas. Three home runs on the day. Stewart, Henry, and Good for the Longhorns.
And all 5 runs up on that board via the home run ball.
Patty Gasso out of that dugout to talk with her defense. It's a sweet swing.
Well, and you guys, this is the difference, is Katie Stewart has always been a really good hitter. What's allowed her to have the power numbers we're seeing that she has not had the rest of her career is her ability not just to hit down, but up as well. There was a pitch pretty much thigh high, and it's how far she hits it.
She was all into that. There was
1-1 pitch to Vivi Martinez.
Parker's changeup. You know, Stewart was not worried about that. I mean, there was no hesitation. She was all in to that pitch on the outer half, just getting her barrel through it.
ball to Garcia, gobbled up at short. 2 down. Hey, tonight the Rally Cap crew will break down SEC softball and baseball for you with highlights, analysis, and interviews. They'll get you set for the upcoming week as well with a look at the best matchups. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, the SEC Network and the ESPN app. All kinds of good stuff to cover. Alabama moments ago picking up another win, so they sweep Auburn. So as it stands right now, a Texas win would move Alabama just a game out of first. He's hoping to have that turn into a rally cap in the 7th. Stick around for Parker and Wells and Garcia, and in the moment, enjoy a little Reese Atwood.
The biggest thing with Reese Atwood is hitting the pitches fair that she's getting to crush. She's been pulling those fouls. She's had a lot of opportunities, not in this at bat, but throughout this series.
And the pitch prior on the changeup, she was, moving on that. You could tell she was fooled by it. That one as well, 47-mile-an-hour changeup, and she's not identifying that. She's spinning off everything, so she's early. She just really needs to let the ball travel. And I've been in that situation before, especially as lefties, we peel off the ball. I just would try to play pepper with the shortstop all the time. Just let the ball travel, try to hit the ball the opposite way. Let's make some sort of an adjustment.
Full count.
You got the home run hitter on deck, so which you don't really hear with Reese Atwood very often, where it's like, this is the home run hitter. No one has hit more in Texas softball history than Reese, but on deck. It's laying good.
Atwood golfs that one foul.
You gotta think the off speed's coming, and that's definitely been the pitch. It's what she struck out on her last at bat.
Struck out on it against Uchenio, yesterday's game.
Full count to Reese Atwood. Slow roller to second. 5-3 Texas to the 7th. Big bats coming up for Oklahoma. 5-3, Texas trying to take game 3 after the Sooners took the first 2 games of the series. For Oklahoma, 14 comeback wins, 3 blown leads for Texas. As we head to the top of the 7th, last chance for the Sooners, and it is Ella Parker, Kendall Wells, and Gabby Garcia. 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup, all of them double-digit home run hitters. Against Tegan Cavan, the All-American in the circle for Texas.
That was a strike.
All-American showdown here to open up the 7th inning. 1-1 from Cavan. 2-1.
Parker has not seen very much to hit. She lined out on a shot. Vivi Martinez, a first at bat. It's been all balls since then.
And they've got her positioned again way back up the middle. Jason Nichols, third base, way off.
2-2.
And you can just see it, especially that 5-6 hole. Look at, that's where JC Nickel is. That's Vivi Martinez way up the middle. Just
deep.
yeah, deep, deep. Oh, that's a great take.
Full count. Last night, Texas positioned perfectly with their best hitters up. Tonight, it's Oklahoma positioned perfectly with their best hitters up. Parker lines one out to right center. Hauling around, looking to get to second, and she slides in safely. Ella Parker delivers with a gap shot.
I mean, she's been their hottest hitter for really the entire season, but we're talking the last 2 weeks. This pitch with 2 strikes, it's rolling away from the barrel. She gets around it. How strong she is to be able to throw this one hop off the wall in almost a 3/4 swing. What a hustle.
Tying run to the plate for Oklahoma, and it's Kendall Wells with 31 home runs. Has homered in 6 of her last 7 games for the Sooners. Pops it up. Stewart has room and a big out for Kavan.
That is the second time they have popped her up to Stewart.
One down. And it will be Gabby Garcia's turn.
Shortstop, number 42, Gabby Garcia.
A walk, a strikeout, and a line out today. Chase is 0-1.
Still good pop at 70 miles an hour. A lot of good movement at the top of the zone.
19 strikeouts in her 2 games here against OU. Garcia, who is in the U.S. national team pool to play for Team USA this summer, along with Kavan and Atwood. The Texas battery here.
I think in this situation, they need to be careful. First base is open. Garcia already has a home run off of Kavan. Pickering and Emmerling have struggled a little bit more against Kavan.
That's in for a strike, 2-2. Pickering is hitless so far in the series. Full count. Here comes the 3-2 to Garcia. Gabby Garcia crushes one, way back and gone. Down to their final 2 outs. Oklahoma ties it up with a 2-run shot.
And that's the pitch that you have to worry about, because she will take that out of the park. She's proven it already before. 3-2 count. Pitch on the outer half. That's a rise ball. Curious why they're not using her screwball more to try to run away from the bat of the left-handed hitters. And Garcia's just able to barrel that up. The power, the poise, and the emotion. This Oklahoma team does not go away. If they have a strike, they're in the game.
Five all as the Sooners knot this thing up and now look for a lead. Garcia's 3rd career homer off of Kavan, her 2nd of the weekend. And here's Cassidy Pickering now, the go-ahead run at the plate. stunning turn here in Austin for the Longhorns.
That's crazy, too. Look at Gabby Garcia's home runs. I mean, she hit one opposite field Friday night and then pulling that one. Almost the same location, too, taking that pitch two very different ways, both same result.
One, two to Pickering. Slow roller to short. Martinez going to have to hurry, and just does get her. And I think Oklahoma's going to challenge this. They will. It's that championship mindset that Patty Gasso talks about.
The ruling on the field is that the runner was out at first base. Oklahoma will challenge that ruling. That play will be under review.
It's the belief in themselves. It's the belief in each other that's just somebody up and down the order will get it done. And this may get overturned. As it stands, it is the second out of the inning.
That reach for Pickering.
Oh, yeah.
That's what gets it. She
Safe.
jumps there at the end. Her first hit of the series, this is what that would be.
After further review, the runner is declared safe. Oklahoma will return their challenge. They will have one remaining.
And a smile from Cassidy Pickering.
And her teammates cheering for her because they know it's.
I mean, they erupted.
tough.
Yeah. Well, and honestly, you love that she got down the line the way she did. I mean, doing anything she can to be able to get to first base.
So she was 0 for 10 plate appearances prior to that, and now the hit, and she'll be lifted for a pinch runner because they now have the go-ahead run on base. Tia Malloy with Isabella Emmerling coming up. Kavan trying to put the home run ball behind her and at least take this into the bottom of the seventh at 5-5. 5, 6, and 7 would be due up for Texas as Teagan's pitch count now climbs above 120 for the day.
It's interesting because she's completely gone away from her changeup. She did not really throw any to Parker. Parker gets the double. Garcia, same thing. She didn't use it against Garcia.
Well, when she's thrown, it's been in the dirt, so it looks like
Yes.
she just doesn't have, she's lost that feel for it.
Emmerling. And over to make the catch in foul territory is Sneed. Malloy will have to stay put, 2 down.
And even if you do lose that, it's still important to throw it just from a timing perspective.
So here comes Agbayani. 1 for 3. Singled and scored in the 6th.
There it is.
Malloy with good speed. She's 4 for 4 stealing bases, but it's tough on Reese Atwood. Great arm behind the dish. And when everybody in your lineup can hit home runs, well,
Yeah. Well, just the pressure it takes off of a player like
Yeah.
Kendall Wells, who has really ultimately struggled. She had a massive home run in this series, but popped up in this inning. Felt like for most teams, when that hitter gets out, you're not going to be able to get any runs in.
good pitch there from Kavan, 2-1.
And Patty Gasso moving Gabby Garcia up in the lineup prior to this game. Just recognizing not just how she's been doing, but how she specifically does against Kavan.
That's the second time this series, because remember, she moved Ella Parker up for the series opener Friday, and Ella hit a home run too. So now a 2-strike count to Agbayani. Out to center and on the run to make the catch is Henry. To the bottom of the 7th, all square at 5 after the Garcia 2-run shot.
How about the sophomore getting moved up to the cleanup spot? Her swing starts below the shoulders, gets down to meet this thing, same pitch that she took out Friday night, does it again in this one to tie up this game against Tegan Cavan. Gabby Garcia, 2-run shot here in the 7th.
Off win last night, and Audrey Lowry came on to shut it down. And Lowry is coming back in here, the 5th pitcher of the game for Oklahoma. All tied up as we head to the bottom of the 7th.
Coach Gassel considers her the ace, coming in a situation here to try to shut down Texas. She
has a win and a save in the series.
I was gonna say, has appeared in every game.
And Leanne Good, who has a home run the last time she stepped into the batter's box, comes up 5, 6, and 7 to try and win it for the Longhorns. Gabby Garcia, a 1-out, 2-run home run in the top half of the inning to even it up. Good out to center, Minor. 1 down.
Oh, and that's where Lowry's been so good on the 1-1 count in this series. She has won that count 78% of the time. That means she's either won it with a strike or won it with an out, and that's impressive.
Here's Ashton Maloney, 0 for 3. A high hopper to Garcia, rifles it over to first, 2 out. Boy, Lowry has come in, throwing strikes, get the ball in play, and get back to the dugout.
4 pitches, 2 outs.
Alyssa Sneed due up. In the 7th spot in the order. Sooners 1 out away from extra softball.
I mean, that's just a mean pitch. It's a curveball, but it's an off curve. So you see it coming into your hands, and that's why you see Sneed just fly. But it's an off-speed curve. Really hard to identify.
True one. Off the inside corner.
Lefty not afraid to come inside to those righties. Both hard with the curveball and with the off-speed, Jess, that you were talking about.
Full count.
It's such the money spot. I think we talk about the changeup, how important it is, but getting into right-handed batters is something a lot of pitchers can't do. It's an advantage of a lefty because that's the angle that she's creating. And then to have the off-speed to boot.
Full count. Foul ball. If we go to the 8th for Oklahoma, it would be 8, 9, and 1 due up. 8th pitch of this at-bat for Snead. And out to left. And Dayton is there to snag it. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Lowry, and we are going to extras in Austin. Texas has used the long ball as well today, and Kavan is back out there for her 8th inning. Barker, Dayton, and Minor at the top of the order coming up. Three home runs for Texas today, a pair of home runs for Oklahoma.
Maybe the top of the order's 5th at-bats in this game. They've gotten a good look at Tegan Kavan on this Friday night, but in this one.
Sooners, by the way, have now hit 150 on the season.
This is what Patty Gasso wanted. I mean, she wanted this team to be tested. Wanted to kind of see there's still so much youth on this team. In fact, Ella Parker and Cassidy Pickering, the only 2 players in the lineup that have played here in Austin. Everyone else new to this environment, new to this rivalry.
Yeah, the only 2 position player holdovers from their championships. Three and one. Barker singled and scored in the 4th. She's hit the ball hard here. Pitch count now up over 130. And a leadoff walk, the go-ahead on base for Oklahoma. First free pass since the 4th inning.
It's 5th of the game.
That'll bring up Abby Dayton, who has one of the home runs in the 3rd and then drove in another run with a sac fly in the 6th. The little things that, well, they do show up in the scorebook, but I mean, they generated that run on a pass ball, and then a fly out to left field advanced a base runner that allowed Dayton to drive her in with a sac fly. And a pitching change here for Texas as Tegan Kavan will depart. And Brenly Gonzalez will come on. Transfer from Texas Tech. And a nice hand for Kavan as she leaves.
She's thrown almost 280 pitches in this series between game 1 and here this afternoon.
Gonzalez threw a couple innings yesterday. 44 pitches.
Going with that left side with the curveball, both sides of the plate. Mix in that changeup, which is really her best pitch. Give that. Definitely had a lot of swing and miss against Oklahoma, success against it when she came in yesterday.
She's thrown that changeup about 47% of the time. The drop ball, another 40%. A little bit of curve and screwball.
Hey, the WNBA draft is coming your way tomorrow night on ESPN and the ESPN app. Our coverage begins with WNBA Countdown at 6:30 Eastern, 3:30 Pacific. Looking forward to another great summer of hoops from the WNBA. Collective bargaining agreement in place. A lot of free agent moves and transfer and trades going on right now. So the draft tomorrow night. And we've got some raindrops starting to fall here in Austin. Just a drizzle right now as Brenly Gonzalez comes in to face Abby Dayton. Dayton trying to move the go-ahead run into scoring position. One sacrifice bunt on the season for Abby. And that one will dribble foul. 0-2. One and two. That one dropped down under 50 miles an hour. Abby now will be swinging with 2 strikes. Waits on it and good, able to knock it down over to first in time to get the out. But they do advance the runner over to second. And here comes the top of the order.
Just an outstanding play by Leanne Good to get to this ball. Well struck going into that 3-4 hole. Looks like it's going to make it into right field, but a close play at first. Great job to get down, get it, and Katie Stewart at first. A little bit of a stretch, and Gonzalez liking what she sees from her defense.
5th time coming up today for Minor. 0 for 4.
Trying to get her that hit. She rarely goes hitless in a game.
Did reach on an error back in the 4th. Stranded out at second base.
And by the way, Abby Dean, just the excitement she showed getting thrown out at first base, but knowing she moved the runner. Such a spark plug to lead into Kai Minor up here at the top.
Just knowing what your job is, right? Move your teammate up 60 feet.
No ego. And this runner's, you see Leanne Good take away a hit, and they're just, dang it, you know? And she's like, I did my job.
Oh, it's part of that championship mindset. You were talking about it earlier, Beth. It's everybody has a role to play, and some roles are home runs and some are sacrifices, whether or not it's a sacrifice hit, bunt.
And now 2 strikes on Minor.
And this is where Kai Minor, by the way, is so good. So many of these foul balls and just like how she's able to get her hands to pretty much everything. And when she gets to 2 strikes, she doesn't, by the way, strike out often. She doesn't walk often, but she's got great hands. Be able to get to pretty much any pitch.
It reminds me of like old school pickle.
Yeah, yeah.
2-2 from Gonzalez, and now the count goes full.
Well, this is a big pitch right here. You have to go after Minor and try to make something happen. You don't want to walk her and then have Parker coming up with runners at first and second. This is where Oklahoma always forces your hand as a pitcher.
Goes down to get it off the glove of Stewart. Parker racing around second, and she will score, and Oklahoma grabs the lead.
I mean, just getting the ball down on the ground hard. 2 strikes. And Kai Minor, by the way, we talk about Abby Dayton and her emotion. Kicks off of Katie Stewart, but watch Kai Minor and her reacts to be able to take the lead. So you see the run come around from Sydney Barker. Hit so hard, ricocheted out into right field. But to me, it's the reacts from the freshman getting her hit, but also just rallying for her team.
They're going to score that single for Minor, and a 6-5 OU lead. And here's Ella Parker. Started with a walk to the number 8 hitter. 0-2. Parker had to reach for it. Stewart in a foot race, and she'll win it. 2 down as Miner scoots over to second. And here comes Kendall Wells. Got her to pop up a couple of times. With runners in scoring position.
I don't know if they're going to have Gonzalez throw to her. With Mike White. Yeah, they're going to sit Lolly, I think, in the bullpen.
Sit Lolly was the pitcher that gave up the home run, the record-breaking home run, the 31st.
Yeah.
Freshman record.
Ended up being the game winner yesterday. So Gonzalez faces 3 batters, and now Gutierrez will come in. Gonzalez forgot to give her the softball. So now Sitlali's ready to go for the senior from Stamford, Texas. Took the loss last night because Wells hit a 3-run home run off of her.
Sitlali has that off-speed curveball, and this happened to be the pitch that Wells was able to go after and get. Pitch on the outer half. She just tattoos this. This ball is mashed. A 3-run shot. Ended up being the game winner and the record breaker for Kendall Wells. 31st home run of the year for the freshman.
Can we just talk about how hard and far she hit that ball? I mean, even right now, looking at the light in front of the building out in left field that she hit. I mean, that's how far Kendall Wells hit that ball. We've seen some mammoth home runs. Katie Stewart in this game. Kendall Wells, I'll tell you what. That thing was absolutely mashed.
That building is a target-rich environment with all those windows.
Just has the feels of Fenway, Green Monster. Just how do you not look at it? If you're a right-handed batter, I want to hit you.
Rallying to score twice with a home run in the 7th to tie the score, and now grabbing the lead here in the 8th. Now the Kai Miner RBI single, 74 miles an hour off her bat. She stands out at second, and here's Wells.
How about that? First pitch they throw her is the pitch she hit the home run off of. A little bit ahead of it.
I mean, just coming right at her. Because first base is open. She is leading the country with 31 home runs. And Sitlali Gutierrez comes into this game and is like, I'm not fearing you. I know what you did to me. You hit it, yes, one hop that wall, but this is why you play. You want the chance of redemption.
Wells lifts that one out to left. Sneed is there to make the catch. But a run up for the Sooners. Texas coming up in the bottom of the 8th. Oklahoma, big rally in the 7th, and now a run up in the 8th for a 6-5 lead. Trying to maintain a 2-game advantage over Alabama in the SEC standings with 3 series left after this weekend. Audrey Lowry is back out there to hurl against 8, 9, and then the top of the order for Texas. And a pinch hitter coming in here for Texas to hit for J.C. Nichols. It'll be Hannah Wells.
It's interesting, the 2 at-bats that J.C. Nichols has had in this game, she's gotten hits. They've pinch hit for her now the second time.
Hannah does have 6 home runs. She's a two-way star. Texas Prep Player of the Year. So a big moment here for the freshman. Lowry made quick work of the Horns in the bottom of the 7th. Went 1, 2, 3 in just a handful of pitches. Hannah Wells, is it deep enough? Back to the wall, and it's gone! The wind kept pushing it, and it makes its way out to tie the game. And the drama continues in Austin.
Wow. And look at where this pitch is located too, up and in, and Hannah Wells, I mean, just a great job. She gets way underneath it, but that allows it to get into that wind stream, take it out. I mean, it probably cleared by a foot. Enough, that big wall out and left.
That looked like a shallow fly ball off the bat, and then Dayton just kept going back and back. And Texas ties it up. And now the game-winning run at the plate. It's the 9-hitter Katie Bennett. What else would you expect along the Red River? Infield pop-up. Emmerling had an issue with the breeze. 1 down, and it's the top of the order.
Pinch hit freshman. I mean, she hasn't hit, she has 1 at bat in this series and comes into this game against Lowry. First career pinch hit home run. Keep that softball, girl.
Here's Caden Henry. Homered in the 2nd for Texas. Singled in the 4th. But on base 3 of her 4 plate appearances tonight. Considering the short game.
Just gone back and forth, just kind of showing that drag bunt. Ultimately, you want her to hit here.
Chopped, that's trouble. Game winner is aboard, and here comes Katie Stewart to the plate. Hit a home run her last time up in the 6th inning. Outfield's playing deep. Infield shifted to the left. They've turned 4 double plays in the series.
2 in each of the first 2 games, none here this afternoon.
Hitters count. Stewart! Deep drive! Back it goes! Off the facade of the building and left! And Texas walks off Oklahoma! A bricklayer bash off the building and left for the Longhorns!
Can we please have a permanent spot on that building of where she just hit it. She's broken windows in that building that we've seen, but we have never seen one hit that far, that high. Katie Stewart.
How about the belief in the resiliency of this Texas team, right? They lose the lead late in the game. It's gut-wrenching for them, but they stay in there, they're resilient, and they walk it off in the 8th inning with 2 home runs.
We've been doing this a long time. That's one of the farthest we've ever seen hit. 3/4 of the way up the facade of the building.
I mean, just mash this. Throw the bat. Katie Stewart, the reacts, the emotion, the freshman that had the home run earlier, and now the junior who has led this team in every offensive category, slams that bat after she slams the building.
She just destroyed that core softball. Look at how high up it hits, almost into the gray.
Third floor. 12 feet, that's 36 to 40 feet high.
And in perspective, Kendall Wells' home run one-hopped that building, and we were saying how mammoth it was. That just gives you the perspective of what Katie Stewart just did.
Incredible drive and an 8-6 Texas win in